Previously on Helidope Toys.
Oh, it's bad fucking Chipotle. I'm shitting my pants over here. And my face. Like, you can see it in my face. Oh, wait. What?
Gotta be positive and happy and uplifting at all times.
I swore that person's name was TruStarscreamer. So I totally misread that.
TruStarscreamer.
What's up, guys? My name is Ted Darklaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. We are the co-owners of Helidope Toys, helidopetoys.com, and this show is Helidope.
Hello.
Aaron, how the hell are you doing?
Brother, doing all right. You know, for a Sunday, you know, I can't complain today. Normally, I complain to you about how shitty today was. Today, not that bad.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that we're being happy and positive.
All the time.
These things are a plus. Now, I'm really upset because before we get into things, I'm gonna derail here for a second. So last week we had all these viewers pop in, and from the YouTube side, you couldn't tell. You know, we were sitting at like between 69 and 74 viewers last week. Everybody watching on YouTube probably thought we were crazy. They're like, yo, there's like 30 people in here. What the fuck y'all going on about? And something happened on Twitter X that blew us up. So I was gonna tell all of you to go share this stream on X. But the second we go live, there's a delay. Like, I was wondering if we were even going to get to go live. Like, it just wouldn't flip over. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And now it says we can't stream live on fucking X. The fuck is that?
Huh.
The fuck is that?
We broke it.
Ah, damn, we had a killing coming from there last week. I was really excited to see that. Sorry, I got upset for a moment. Just on the spot things.
We need to, like, you know, shake our butts and, you know, do the things that they do there now.
Yeah, I guess so. And also talking about last week's show, dude, I rewatched that shit. Fucking hilarious. God damn. Last week's show was some of your best work, sir. Some of your finest work. And if you guys didn't watch last week's stream, I urge you to go back after this show. Fucking catch last week. Still topical, still relevant, still good.
Still good.
But
apparently you got to have a premium account to stream on X now.
Yeah, when the fuck did they change that? We've been streaming on there for fucking months.
I don't know. That had to been pretty recent.
Oh,
or I think maybe what ended up probably, my guess is because we went from, like, algorithm wise for them, I think we peaked on previous episodes at like 12, 10 to 12. And then all of a sudden it shot up, like even the replay, like, results got to 85. So they're like, whoa. What's this? Slow down, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Got to pay for that shit now. Well, fuck. Fuck those guys.
All right, guys, you know what to do.
We'll do it the hard way, damn it. But Aaron, tonight we have guests.
Yes.
We have guests. So I'm going to bring them in here in a second, but they are the co-hosts of the Figure ReAction Podcast, and which is on the Figure Action channel. See, I'm learning this now. I'm learning how to say things properly. But they had us on their show a few weeks ago, which was also an awesome show, and you guys should go check the replay for that. I think I have that down in the description.
You do.
But yeah, we're gonna bring them in and kind of turn the tables on them. They got to grill us a little bit. Now it's our turn. So, without further ado, we are going to God, I don't even know how to introduce. I'm gonna start with Mike. We're gonna first welcome Mike from Junkion Crafts and Builds. Welcome, and then his partner in crime, Dave, or as around here we call him, TruStarscreamer. Fellas, how the hell you doing?
True.
Doing great, man.
Welcome to the show, friends. And before we get into things, again, I have to ask Aaron a very important question. Aaron, I gotta know.
What you sipping on?
Wow.
Well,
See, today that's not going to bother me because I got that POP.
happy and positive. Yeah.
Power of positivity.
Yeah.
Well, today I was not going to partake in any type of sipping today. But fooled you. I had 2 left upstairs, so you already know it's that strawberry Spike Still Reserve, man. I gotta try and save all the goodies for when we have our Be Conley and Blue Serendipity on.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from tonight.
We'll go hard on that Still Reserve.
Okay.
Or
So the good guests get the new cold drinks.
yeah, it's cold. I think it's been open for a little while.
Aaron's a nurse. He just drinks the same can.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. You'll never know. Which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed. I went back onto the old school way. We took the lights out. We got the nice ambiances in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So
Black Knight is in the black.
yeah, figure that out. Do
No, I
something.
like it. I like it. See, going back on the old intros, you saw the progression, and then you were like, damn it, I gotta get back to it.
I mean,
Back to my roots. I'm surprised you're not in your kitchen, to be honest.
I actually thought about it, like just doing it once, just for the hell of it. But then, the dog, kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I do got to figure out how to light the base of this up, because I want it it doesn't really show off the figures back there.
Either another strip of it. We're not going to talk about this now. Those little Lumi boxes. They're like this big.
For the ones that Frank has.
Toy photography. Yeah. They're real cheap.
Uzi, I've got one.
Yeah, they're the Loom Cube. Anyway, Aaron, we're doing a segment.
Oh. Well, I was doing a side segment. How do I light up my figs?
Yeah, you need one of these.
Nope.
Yeah, one of those. That's exactly right.
Well, Prime Day is in 2 days, so maybe I'll check it out.
That's when I got mine.
Yeah.
I bought some pre-Prime stuff. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, Mr. Darklaw, apparently I have to ask you a question, and that question would be, sir, what you sipping on?
Well, Aaron, I'm glad you asked, because in my trusty Helidope
Anyway,
mug,
so
I'm
Mike, how you doing today,
sipping beef squatch coffee. Fuck off. Fuck this guy. We're going to cancel this segment completely. And every man has to have his signature drink. So here's that Saratoga coming at you. And I got some water because, never enough water. But Aaron, we have guests. And we should ask our guests the important questions, starting with fellas.
What you sipping on?
So, Dave, you're over here under me. What you sipping on, friend?
I am actually drinking a drink that I was introduced up in Baltimore that I have become mildly, I don't say addicted to, but I'll have them whenever I can get the chance, which is an orange crush, which I make my own. It is basically vodka, triple sec, splash of orange juice with Sprite for a mixer. And in this weather, did I do it right? Am I making it right, Mike?
Yeah. It's a good version.
So yours is okay. Mike takes out the Sprite. He's like, you don't need the Sprite.
No.
Yeah.
Everything else sounds good.
He's also from the Maryland area, so he probably rinsed it with Old Bay just because.
I was going to say, it's like our crab cakes. We don't put filler in it. So if it's vodka and Sprite, then you're doing it wrong. It's just vodka.
Just vodka.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Just vodka.
I've been enjoying this drink in these days of hell that we've been having lately. So, and it's good.
Good.
Awesome.
I'm
so,
glad we got to introduce that to you, Dave.
Mike, please tell us, friend, what are you sipping on?
I have to savor this for a moment because I've been waiting to have this question asked to me on this show by you two fine gentlemen. And I have to say I'm going between two things. I have, because I'm in a location not at my regular house, I had to resort to going to a store to find something, and I have my Jack and Coke and Coca-Cola mixture in a pre-made little can. It's really quite nice.
What is it? I just blanked out now. What is that alcohol that I drink?
Steel Reserve. Crown Royal. Crown Royal.
Oh,
Yes.
Crown makes one.
Crown and Coke, yes.
Yeah. Well, they had Crown and Coke. The Crown and Lemonade one is actually a really good one. Not a fan of the peach though.
Yeah. And then for later on, if we do a toast, I also brought in my single malt scotch for a little toasting or celebration. Again, for being on here with you fine gentlemen. So,
well, you didn't tell me I needed to bring a toasting drink.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have. That's why you have the missus to bring you the drink. As we progress.
Yeah. She probably knows better not to bring anything because then I'm gonna be like,
yeah, how are you gonna watch Game of Thrones after this if you're all sloppy drunk?
I know, and I close the next 2 days, so that it's just gonna delay the inevitable.
I was gonna say, are you caught up right now, Aaron?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched it. Tuesday night last week.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron,
Yes,
I
sir.
think it's time to say hello to our chat friends.
Well, all right, chat friends.
It's time to say hi to our chat friends.
Chat friends. Hi. Reclaiming his number one spot, Roll Keeper is back with the hella dopers.
Travis didn't even try today.
Shame on him. Fired.
Put him in the intro and everything.
Right. Robert's Infinite Realms, hella dope and jelly time. Chat bro this thing.
Also, I saw Robert brought his Moss Man. Moss Man made a cameo in one of his recent videos, and I got a kick out of that.
I gotta watch that one. And then the Titan coming to join us. Hail to the hella dope duo, and
Man,
the
everywhere.
everywhere, man. That's why we love them.
Yep.
And the greatest moderator, the third wheel to this duo, Action, aka Axion Figs. Happy Hello Dope Day. Good to see everyone, sir.
I forgot to change our background back.
Yeah,
B,
you're
toilet.
Change that.
B, E, toilet.
lame. She just kept it how it was. It was fine.
Eh.
And then the one and only Miss Stacy Hatch. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all good. Let's do this.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Do
And
it.
of course, the Briscoe coming to join us. Briscoe, hope you're doing well, man. And we got Jeff Morris. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Hello, Jeff.
And then, not to be biased or anything, but probably one of the best toy photographers in the game right now. Remo Toys.
Yes.
Mr. Frank. A pleasure to see you, sir. I hope all is well. I hope the mother-in-law hasn't ran you off yet. But yeah, I mean, this guy. If you haven't seen the shots this man takes, he's doing the things. And one day, some company's going to come banging on his door to do great things, and I hope it happens. Deserves it. And then we got Thor joining us today. Hi guys, happy Sunday night. Happy Sunday night to you. And all the way over on the Facebook world, we got Daniel over there. Yes, shake those buns.
That's Roll Keeper. He's coming at us from two
He's coming at
areas.
us both ways.
I know. I'm trying to keep it, professional and two friends.
Professional.
I'm not that drunk.
Cover.
Just so you know, 2 drunks in. I may be 2 drinks in, but I'm not that bad.
Man, we could change that very quickly. we could change this stream to a drinking game until YouTube says, "Nah, bro, you're done." And then our good friend Fatrit. Oh, Fatrit. It's good to see you on this lovely Sunday.
I need a sound effect now that just goes, "Oh, Fatrid."
You should work on that.
We'll work on that.
And then the Titan says, "Love you guys, but if you start pole dancing, I'm out." I mean, how else are we gonna pay for premium on X, man? We gotta shake what our mamas gave us.
I'm willing to peanut butter jelly time again if you need me to. Just saying.
So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
The wife asked me to retire.
You know, all good retirees come out every once in a while for like a one-time show. You know,
I am not going to be the Ric Flair of this because once I start jiggling, everything else will keep on jiggling after I stop.
That man doesn't stop. This man retired like 50 years ago. He's like, no, I'm still good. And then, of course, we got the one and only Random Diorama. Yes. Make sure you're checking out his late night show streams where he does random crafting, and maybe something's coming that I can't say yet, but you're just gonna have to wait.
Dude, I was so mad because Friday I was like, I'm gonna stay up tonight's gonna be the night that I stay up and watch Radnom, and I got his notification that he was going live, and I was getting all situated to fucking turn it on, and then next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. I'm on my couch, and I'm like, what the? How does this keep happening to me? What is going
on? Rokeeper says, I was going to say you left out the old bay, but you brought it back. You brought it in there. So there you go.
Say, Ted, were you having a Moon Knight moment?
Yeah.
And then my brother has come back to join us. We had some family things that we had to take care of, so he took some time away. So good to have you back, Adam.
Welcome back.
Well. Yeah, and we got Jason DeMello. What's up,
Jason DeMello?
I was gonna hit the Jason Derulo, but it and then of course, before we get into the nitty gritty, I have to do this thing here. Our good friend Northern Nomad says, "What's up? You sucker!" Northern Nomad. All right.
All right. Well, gentlemen, it's been a long time coming to get you on here. So some of these questions I'll just kind of ask to you individually, but I think half of them are going to be y'all together. So I guess, well, we'll split this one up. For people who don't know who you are, go ahead and give yourself an introduction, where they can find you on the YouTubes, what you do on the internets. Dave, who the hell are you? TruStarscreamer.
Well, again, TruStarscreamer. I absolutely have a YouTube channel on. Yes, and it is. I told you when I hit 500 subs, I will do
100. I heard 100.
So did
I.
I have been using that internet name. I used to be Starscreamer on like TF. It was like on an old message board, but then I tried to get to another message board, and of course I found out everyone else was using it, so I just had to be the True Starscreamer. So which then got bastardized to TruStarscreamer, because I used to. I mean, my collection isn't as that way anymore, but I used to be a huge ass Transformer fan. I actually at one point had one of every single version of Starscream ever made. From the Titanium, the G2, the Beast Wars. If it had the name Starscream, I had the Machine Wars one. I had it. I mean, he is my for Decepticons. He was my favorite Decepticon, and then second only to Swindle, who's my spirit character. These days, I attempt to do reviews on YouTube. I try to do photography on Instagram, and I got lucky a couple of years ago. I've been online buddies with T-Man978, the reviewer, and he kind of pulled me into the fold with the Figure Action group. And I've been with them for the last couple of years. And then about a year ago or so, I kind of want to do the little spin-off with ReAction. And then we got Mike here, and Mike's been helping me out with the last couple episodes. And that's my big thing. You can catch me. Look up TruStarscreamer, and you'll find me on just about everything for that.
Awesome.
Yes, Ro, it's True Stars.
It's TruStarscreamer.
Check the hashtags in the chat, Roll Keeper. You'll see the truth. Mr. Junkion, who the hell are you?
Well, I am Mike, and I got back into this biz because getting back and collecting back during COVID and everything. Are we allowed to say that on here now? I can't remember anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No, the thing.
We don't care.
And during that time, I was one of 3 people working in my office that I recently switched jobs, and everyone left. So I got to spend a lot of time on YouTube and started looking at some old nostalgia stuff, some old toys, and saw that things had definitely changed since I was a kid. Like Dave, I got back into it thanks to Transformers and messing around with those. Specifically, a little bit of the on the Masterpiece third-party side of things. And I started getting more involved thanks to a couple of YouTubers. As Dave said, one of them was T-Man978. And got into a little bit of the rat race of trying to collect everything. I was, trying to catch them all. And after a while, as Dave also mentioned, things change in a collecting life. And I started picking up 1/12 scale action figures and found my loving of the action figure world. So I kind of shifted gears in my collection and have been going full bore with that. Last October, in our daily chats amongst ourselves, someone's like, well, if there's something you didn't like about that, just make your own YouTube video. So that's what I did. So last October, I started the Junkion Crafts and Builds. It was going to be like, oh, I'm going to be this great, Transformer guy. I'm going to look at all this stuff, and then shifted gears and haven't slowed down since. Been having a lot of fun with it. Just another one of the many voices on the YouTubes, getting out your opinion, whether you like it or not. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. And, started getting together with the other gentleman from Figure Action, and I was very humbled to be invited onto their weekly show, and it was a lot of fun. I found a new way to talk about my collection other than just grabbing stuff out of the store every day. And when Dave started talking about bringing up Figure ReAction and having more of a focused topic or person on, I found that really engaging. I love to have more conversations than just sitting there saying, hey, I got this figure. You got that figure. What do you think about this figure? Oh, it's this. Really getting into figuring out what people really like when they say, oh, I'm a collector. And it's been a lot of fun. And I've been dabbling around with toy photography with it, basically because I wanted my thumbnails to look a little bit better than just having a picture sitting on there. And almost coming up now on, is it? Yeah, I was starting 21. Yeah, this October will be 2 years on there, and I'm praying to, I'm getting close to actually 1,000 subscribers, which I don't know how or why, but I am thankful for that, man. So, yeah, that's my.
I'm on his coattails now. I'm riding on his coattails.
That's we're writing on everyone else's.
Yeah. We don't know how to get to 1,000. We just, it's like we're driving with our emergency brake on.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But no, I feel you on like the, all the collecting all the star screams, because like that was me with Spider-Man until I realized how many Spider-Mans there were. Then I said, I can't do that.
Dude, just to give you an idea. That's the Marvel Legends right there.
Yeah, mine's nice and dark behind me. There's a couple like on the shelf below. Like I got the WWE belt right here. That's kind of half lit up, but then I got Juggernaut and Blob kind of like protecting the belt. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna get the ones I like now.
Yeah, that's one of the big things. I think at one point every collector had their Pokemon gotta catch them all phase.
Mm-hmm.
And then I definitely say I think Mike and I are both at the definitely more the cherry picking stage.
Yeah, I went originally for like trying to get the sets, especially like with the builder figures. Like I'm more attracted to the builder figure. Like I gotta buy all these figures, and I'm like, well, what the hell am I gonna do with these things? I gave some to my son.
Mm-hmm. Did you put together Zabu yet?
No, that's actually the one wave. I wanted it, but it went so hot on the site that I just didn't get a chance to grab it.
Mm.
But I got Iron Man. We got Iron Man if you need it. Who doesn't love Iron Man?
Okay, sorry, I was hearing something weird in my ear there. So let's talk about your show. You guys both kind of touched on this a little bit. So the Figure Action channel doesn't belong to either one of you. It's kind of like a club, shared.
Figure Action was the podcast. It's the Figure Action Podcast channel. It was started with Extra Zero, T-Man 978, and our other friend Partsformer. And then at the time, there was a guy named Deluxe Baldwin who does Transformer reviews who was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there was this other guy, Adrian, who in Australia. After a couple episodes, Deluxe Baldwin left just because he was concentrating more on his own stuff. And they invited me on. And it was just a once-a-week thing where we would kind of do the whole basic toy podcast of, hey, this is what's going on. And we still do this every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that subscribe button. And the first part is very Transformers centric, and then the last part then kind of moves to the last part of it. And it's a lot. The core audience is definitely more Transformers thing. But then, like Mike said, I kind of miss I really like the discussion part, but there's so much news. So I started out with, and then like our first guest was actually Kato, and then I had Matt Partsformer from our show. And we were talking about, it's Kato. And we just, I want to do the discussion of the toy companies themselves. And that's, reaction is exactly that. I like to say with every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I kind of wanted to talk about the whole grassroots, why we do this, what we enjoy about it. And then Mike definitely kind of got turned on with it all. We definitely talked about more like the independent side of toys, like this is the golden age of indie toys. Probably our best show is one of our best shows, second of course to the Hella Dope guys showing up, was getting the guys from the Legendary team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that we helped kick them over, but I will say that their needle did. They were on our show, and the needle did move. I'm sorry. You can look at the dates. You can look at the dates, man. It's facts. But I think that was a real turn-on moment for all of us, because that's when I know when Mike and I got together, he delved into the program. I mean, as you guys saw, I like to do the slide presentation just to kind of keep things on track. Mike then got Quentin Bedwell on there. Mike has been bringing us some of the A-level guests, and you guys. So,
well,
I'm teasing, but
what are we sipping on?
These guys
nothing, because they're fruits in our mouth.
No, I'm seriously.
We know we're D-string celebrities in the toy world, if that.
Actually, getting Quentin on, we had Quentin on, for example, but Mike's been able to arrange this because meeting at the cons and he gets out there. And I think it's an aspect of toy collecting that kind of falls through the whole gotta catch them all phase, or I hate to say it, the tribalism phase. I hate that stuff. It's, guys, we're 35-plus-year-old guys or people collecting plastic toys.
Who's 35?
I said
Right.
plus 35 plus.
I'm minus.
Checking.
I'm 45. Thank you very much.
I'm going backwards.
And I'd say this is in some ways the passion project for me that Mike brought into fruition. He took it to the level I wanted it to be. And I'm going to shut up now and let Mike talk about his aspect of it. Sorry.
God. Wow. I didn't know what else to follow up with that, Dave. You kind of really summarized a lot of the stuff. And like I said, it's more talking to people than talking about things. We all can get things, especially at hellodopetoys.com. You can buy a lot of cool things. But it's why. Why do you want to get this stuff? What does it bring to you? What are you looking for that you haven't seen in 30 plus years? What's new that's really sparked your interest? And I think that was where getting that opportunity with Dave and really just trying to find someone, other than our own inner circle. Again, as much as Dave, was saying with tribalism, sometimes it's tribalism, but sometimes it's really cliquish too. You'll find in the communities, if you're a Transformers guy, you have these certain groups. If you're in the action figure world, it's these guys that kind of, you gotta get that little edge into. And we don't want to have that. We want to kind of be encompassing for everyone. And that's why we've had a lot of really awesome guests on to talk about really a variety of things within our community. I mean, you guys as business owners supplying a lot of really amazing things, and just your viewpoint on that is really cool. To something that, me, normal guy, just walks around to the store saying, oh, hey, this might be here today. Or do I want to pre-order this? Then we had Sir Dork on, which, I mean, I think everyone in this whole community is well aware of his amazing work. And it was just really cool, just, talking about, his ideas, how he gets his ideas together for stuff. And then Quentin, I can't talk enough about the guy. I mean, he's just, I really wish I was down there at DFW with you guys just to give him a hug. I mean, you guys were all over the place. It was amazing. And that's why I'm so happy to be on here. And, we're trying to get a lot of different things. Definitely having Jeremy and Marco from Meta Travelers when they were doing their Kickstarter for Legendary, it was really cool. And the fact that, I still talk to those two gentlemen on a regular basis, it's really cool. And that's what I love. I mean, and going to conventions and meeting people, it's just, that's kind of where, as Dave was saying, we want to try to get into that part of the collecting community. Not just, hey, what do you have, in your inbox today? So it's a lot of fun, actually. I enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would.
It's not just about getting the stuff. It's why we enjoy the stuff. Let's all share the dopamine. Let's all share the nostalgia. Let's all share the enjoyment.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that some new viewers to you guys were confused about is when your show goes on. So is this a bi-monthly show, once a month thing, whenever you feel like it, whenever you have time?
Yeah, it's kind of more about when we have time. And honestly, it's that versus trying to find people that want to talk. We have some really interesting people that are just like, hey, let us know when you want to have us on your show. And it's just getting that formula together. As we all know, life happens sometimes. And, I'm in the middle of hopefully having my son starting college this fall. So it's been really busy this year trying to get things together for him. But, would it be great to get on a regular schedule? Yes, it absolutely would be. Are we working towards that? Absolutely. So,
and we try to make the show very centralized around the guests. As you guys know, for what we try to do is figure out, who is the person. We'll try to do a little bit of deep dive if they have a publicized background of things that they want to have publicized. Like I said, I try to do the Google slideshow of a train of thought, of a direction to go. It still allows us to have a free flow conversation. We try to pregame with you guys so we know where everyone's comfort levels are. with Quentin specifically, any projects we did not want to mention, so we didn't want to put a hope, have an awkward, no, we don't want to talk about that moment. But because we try to appreciate you guys, people like you guys taking your time for us. We're fans. We are fans of what you do. We are fans of what every one of our guests does. We are fans of them.
Yes.
I don't want to say this to sound presumptuous. This is kind of an on the fly thing. It's almost like an Enter the Actor studio, but we're going to do, but for the geek world in a way. How does it all work? Whether, one of the reasons I know we watched 3POA, which is, I know it could be semi-polarizing, but one of the cool things about that is when Vala talks about what goes into the molds, what goes into that production, the different types of plastics, of why they're gummy weapons versus his first weapons being brittle, things like that. I love that stuff because that's what makes it all. It helps me, I pick up this piece of plastic and I appreciate it. Even the stuff he did with Hasbro, the stuff I get from Hasbro, I look at what they could have done. I could be more critical in some ways, and I appreciate when they do something right. As opposed to, never mind, $20, trash. It's a Hasbro.
Well, I know Aaron and I appreciated the format of your show because, you did have all these, notes and questions all lined up, and then Aaron and I just shit all over it. We were just all over the fucking place. Just derailed the whole fucking thing. But we appreciated the organization for sure. Even though we got back in line at the end, but...
Oh, absolutely.
That's the thing about it. Yeah, it keeps it organic.
Yeah.
That and surprising someone on you is always fun. That could have quickly derailed somewhere, but
Stan Lee showing up.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Having Stan Lee show up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I'm gonna share a funny, embarrassing story about Quentin. I don't know if he's listening, watching the replay, or whatever. Last week he was messaging me about something. I don't remember what, and something came up about what I was drinking. So I was at the bar with my wife. I took a picture of my Budweiser, and wifey and I drank a lot that night. So I woke up at 6:30 a.m. dehydrated and kind of confused about what day it was. Am I late for work? Quentin's really good at sending me voice messages, and he sent me one at 6:30 in the morning, and I have played it probably 50 times. Now I don't even remember what the fuck. I wonder if it'll play on here actually, because it's so perfect in Quentin. he goes, Dad, did you enjoy your Budweisers? And that's what I woke up to at 6:30 in the morning. Hold on, here it is. Let's see if this will play.
Dad, did you have too many Budweisers?
That's what I woke up to at 6:30 in the morning from Quentin J. Bedwell. And that is why I fucking love that man. And I have listened to that so many fucking times.
I'd turn that into a ringtone if I could.
It is perfect. I enjoy waking up to randomness from him. Aaron, do we need to take a chat break or are we good?
I mean, we can take one real quick.
Okay, cool. Let's take a chat break.
Adam says, I dig Starscream, but I always love Soundwave. The concept is unrealistic. That a Walkman was a badass, but having the robot tapes was cool to him.
He always kept his friends close to his chest.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Our good friend, Jeremy J. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat, sir. Sup, dudes? Have a great show. Dude, I hope you're out there doing the things that you do. Hopefully you make it back home. I saw a lot of your photos that you've been posting, so get back home, man. That's
absolutely.
Yeah, we miss you, man. Whenever you're free, we're fucking putting you back up on here. So holler at your boys.
Yeah, well,
always an open invite to Jeremy J.
Yeah, just steal the link. We don't even care.
Yeah. Steal the link, give it to all your friends. Why not?
Yeah. The Titan says Junkion Crafts and Builds is at least 50% responsible for me falling down the 1/12 action figure rabbit hole.
I'll take the blame. No worries on that.
Honestly, I like you go down to 12, you see smaller figures, but like I never really knew there was like a difference. I didn't know there was different like true scales, like 1/6, 1/18, 1/10, 1/53 and a half. I don't know. I was like, oh, action figure, yes. They're like, oh no, you gotta get these. Like,
I funny anecdote with that. When I was first getting back into stuff and I was watching everything with Transformers, it's the same thing between you have the retail stuff and then the class sizes with that, and then Masterpiece. And I was a total idiot with all this stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw this one, and I showed up a Masterpiece one, and I was like, yo, Hasbro put this out. It was great. The person was like, oh no. That is a third party item. That is technically not, Hasbro. And then I continue to, blur out the whole lecture about the different sizes and scales. So,
But actually,
yes, interesting.
We got our good friend Patrick. Good evening, y'all. What's up, Patrick? Ted Adams says that Dayton or Cleveland, WWE road trip.
Ooh.
Come on. Gotta do it.
We'll see.
Get mad. Guy. You ain't got no job.
Yeah, I also ain't got no money.
We got our good friend Jason Evangelista. Sup all in the chat. What's up, Jason? How you doing? And then we got the Titan says, I love seeing the rise of independent creators and personally consider it the Iron Age. I mean, that's what the independent line really. How do I put this? I wouldn't say that Hello Dope Toys would not have ever gotten off the ground if we just decided to do it anyway. But talking to Jason at Spiro really kind of kickstarted the whole thing. Like it was like he was the first guy that I was like, oh my god, yes, I want you to carry Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Like, really? Like for real? You want us to carry something that's yours? Bet. So yeah, I mean, like them, and like I say, I still don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that the Four Horsemen now are considered like they're independent in the sense that they're not Hasbro, Mattel, any of those big names, but they're climbing that ladder.
I would say they were the forefathers, no pun intended, of independent toys, because they did the whole Matty Toys thing, and they said, you know what? We lost the He-Man license, but we're not doing the He-Man license, but we're still going to do our thing.
And I still pay homage.
No, well, they're the image. In some ways, I can say almost like the Image Comics of independent toys. They still made a product that was still sold in stores per se, but still, creator owned. Well, actually, yeah, the Image Comics worked really well for that, which then inspires everybody else to do this.
Right. Fair enough.
I would say, again, just the whole variety and diversity that's now available and the options that people have to kind of get these new lines and this new independent universes available now between Kickstarter, any other crowdfunding programs that are out there. I mean, we talked, Dave, you talked about Valaverse earlier. He had 2 times around Kickstarter before things kicked off. Like Spiro Toys, I mean, Jason, Derek, and Adam and all those guys. I mean, just you never would have thought that someone that's just this nice and just cuddly guy is creating animal figures that are walking around with swords and guns and shooting at each other. And that's it's amazing just to see all this stuff. So I do agree, Titan, that this is a new time that helps all collectors and all the stores, because I'm telling you, the big ones are looking at all the products that are coming out. I mean, Savage Crucible, their waves. I mean, their stuff is just, the engineering is fantastic on it, and I think it elevates everyone onto that. What'd you say, Dave?
I was going to say the Savage Crucible timeline is one of the templates to watch, from marketing from their Kickstarter to their presence of contacting people like D Amazing and Jay Hernandez. This is their market. They know their target audience. That's if I was going to say I was an independent toy guy right now, AWOP is amazing, but the way Savage Crucible is, I would say that is literally should be the template of an indie toy right now.
I mean, look at it like this. If you can get a toy funded and engineered and going in production to talk about a scalper, then I mean, the world's your oyster right now to make something. So,
I mean, some oysters just don't taste good, I mean,
only if they're on the street, human eyes.
Yeah, sometimes
had to go there.
I mean, no one went anywhere. We're just saying sometimes oysters don't taste good.
Yep,
but I mean, we all, those who know who we're talking about, and like I said, then I've said it to him. I've said it to multiple times. I really do hope that he does get that off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has a great concept. But how do you get the concept to wrap around other people's minds, saying, "Oh, I could use this on this, or I could use this with that," and really make something with it. Like, you could have, I don't know, you can interpret that with like the cosmics. Maybe the cosmic world has created these humans, and they're terrorizing through Earth. You let your mind run wild with that one.
Absolutely. It's finding the right time, the right niche, and sometimes it's just dumb luck, really,
Mm-hmm.
So
also having a good backing pre-hand does help.
Yeah, a little bit. A little.
Did we get through it? Nope, I got some more. Hold on. The Titan says the Hella Dope duo were at DFW and Joe Fest at the same time. Now,
No, they were one day, one at the other day.
It was kind of all in one day. No, we both had to work that one day, but we grinded in there. We were like, look, we gotta put this machine to work. We got some new parts in because Articulated Ninja almost caught us once. So we had to change some things up. So you never know when we're going to use it again. And then we got Art G joining us. Hello, Art G. That's the best hair in the business, man.
Art G.
That man's hair game is on point.
Oh.
If I had hair, I'd do it. Send me the email. I'm really ticked off about the black t-shirts. I feel really out of place right now.
I mean, you didn't see that in the show notes?
I did not catch that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I sent you a text on that, man. Just saying.
That's the other David you texted. You don't have my number.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Sorry, we're gonna kick this David out. Sorry.
Let me bring the real one in. Hold on.
Right. This is a stand-in. We were just
we're up there. There's some guy named David in a black shirt going, "Where's the link?"
Hello, guys. I didn't get a link to the show. I'm wearing my shirt. And then, of course, we have the missus. She is sorry that she's late, but she's here for Sunday Fun Day. She had to go with the children's because
my missus appreciates what you go through. I assure you.
I'm sure. When your kids leave their bikes outside and they come up missing, you tell them to bring their stuff in the backyard in the shed.
Was the bike or the kids that were missing?
Sometimes I wish it was both. Sometimes, just sleep and not have to worry. They can have the dog too. Just take all of them. It'd be fine. No, someone stole their bikes. All that. It was in the front yard. Someone stole their bikes. Caused mischief. So you know, kids these days out of school got nothing else better to do.
You got to get Froggy
Yep.
Fresh on that case, buddy.
Froggy Fresh, I love Froggy Fresh.
Get the Street Rangers in.
Yeah, yes, we need them.
Yeah.
And Patrick says I just subbed to the Figure Action. I can't get Junkion's link to work.
And feel
Yeah,
free to
put it-
choose Starscreamer too. That's
Yeah, put
What
a
do you
new one
hooked
in.
you up, Dave?
I don't know who this true Starscreamer is. I know Trust the Screamer.
I told you I will dedicate. You know what? When I hit that 500, I'll dedicate every review to you guys. I'll put your link on every one of them. I will. Yes, I'm bribing.
I mean, you should be doing that anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
Did you check my last review? Did you check my Bison review? I purposely said they should buy it from you guys.
Maybe I did. I don't remember. I watch a lot of stuff when I'm sitting at home now.
We drink.
I'm trying to get rid of cable. So like, you know, I rely on like watching YouTube videos and whatever else I can stream from my phone to my TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that it for chat?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So it's got to be weird and kind of like satisfying to be on a channel that technically isn't yours, creating a sideshow and then trying to kind of build the brand. I know you're building the brand off of the backs of a brand that's already there, but you two are also kind of like trying to carve out your own thing. So I got a two-part question here. One, do you guys enjoy working together? Like, is this something you see going on long term? And then two, have you ever considered branching off to either one of your channels or creating a new channel completely and running your show that way, assuming you could find a consistent day? I mean, I guess even if you couldn't.
Oh, I get to. Okay. So I think getting into the Figure Action podcast with Extra Zero and T-Man and Parts, it really was a eye-opening experience into just what it is to do a weekly stream. It is actually a lot more than, and you guys can attest to this, is a lot more than just popping on and, you know, talking about random stuff at any time. That's why I have my individual channel doing that stuff. But it's really kind of being consistent and knowing, again, what your viewers want to see. And really, it's also just that, what's the word I'm trying to think of? That camaraderie that comes out of things. You can get anyone together to do a stream, but if their personalities aren't syncing up, or the same type of passion isn't there, then it's not going to last. And Figure Action has been going on for over 5 years now. And going into that and also working with Dave, you know, because he's not here. It's not the real Dave. You know, he wears a black shirt. It's a lot of just being there and talking about what makes sense, what works, and building off the strengths of each other. You know, Dave, as you said, he likes having things kind of organized enough to get us a framework to move forward, and then really letting the audience and the guests on there kind of guide the show and the path that it's going to take for that time period. Ever going off of that and doing our own thing? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speak for Dave on that item. I mean, anything's possible nowadays. It's just like you said, it's consistency.
That's a good thing. I mean, Figure Action is the product. The Figure Action podcast, none of it would be happening from there. I'd like, for example, I tried doing YouTube reviews twice, and it was meh. With Figure Action, going with them, it kind of brought me that presence, that feel where I get my current pattern, I guess you could say, the current internet personality I have, that helped with that. Figure Action ReAction is part of Figure Action. It is a side project. What I love it to have, I want it to have its identity. I do. That's kind of its thing. You know, you go to Figure Action for the broad spectrum. Reaction is for the niche. That is for the nitty gritty. You know, we're hitting those details. We're hitting just that one point here. You know, forget. You know, Figure Action's the forest. Figure Reaction is the third branch on that tree to the right. That, you know, I would love it though if it's something that, yes, if it does get its own identity, where people finally get to wanting to be on it. I think one of the things we have going for it, this is going to sound weird, but because of how scarce it is, because it's not every week, it does still, each one does still feel special. You know, it's like if let's say Doctor Who was only, instead of having its seasons, literally only did like 3 specials a year, you'd be catching each one of those and you'd appreciate each one of those. I would love to have, or I mentioned before, one of my favorite reviewers is Jay Hernandez. You know, he starts every review. Jay Hernandez is back. He does one maybe every 6 weeks, if even. But each one of them is a high quality review. I would love to be like that kind of standard where people sub up knowing that when it happens, it's going to be something quality. You know, I would rather, I don't want it to fall into a pattern. I don't want it to fall into an XYZ. I want it to be A, B, Q, X to the third, back to C type of situation.
Right.
And we have fun with it. We learn from it.
And that's why we chose, well, one, we're never going to do a toy review. We did one, and that was just to try it on Alf. But like with toy reviews, there are probably millions of channels out there doing toy reviews. But the question you have to ask yourself is, and it's to your point, like you're saying, you know, everyone's doing the XYZ format, and you want to do the A, B, Q, P, third to the third power, is how do you make yourself unique in this review? You know, like, are you taking it apart? You're going through the thing that you throw it against the wall, durability test. You know,
right?
You know, like because you know you got to think about, you know, people who collect. They're putting them on shelves. They're putting them in detolfs. Hell, I'm pretty sure someone would love to know if they bought this whatever figure and it dropped. Would it survive the fall? Maybe that's something that you do. You know? Hey, this is the fall test. It did well. But you know, that's just me. I don't do reviews, but you know, stand out. Like, find a way to make you different from the million other people that are all, well, today I got this Steel Reserve can, and the top was actually very loose, so I don't know if anyone opened it, but I'm gonna drink it anyway.
You would.
It's hard. It's really hard, because that is the basis of a lot of things, myself included. I mean, it's kind of like a tried and true formula that does get across. The other way you could do it is, you know, like you say, trying to find a way. A lot of channels maybe take that route. We're like, oh, I want to take this durability test and I'm going to throw it in. Oh, well, it didn't put together, so it's trash. And they try to drum up the drama with that. It all depends on what, in my humble opinion, what your audience is looking for, what you're trying to present. And Titan had a really interesting statement. You know, he's like, it was all about the authenticity of the person that keeps you interested. And I think that goes across whether it's a weekly podcast or stream that you guys do. A once in a while, you know, we get this interesting person in that, you know, they have their own channel or something, and we bring them on and we ask them, you know, we talk to them and just really figure out what they like and don't like. It's definitely something that constantly is in flux. You have to be on top of it to know where you're going, or else you're going to get lost in the mix. And I think that's something that, you know, I constantly try to keep that awareness foremost. And there's things I've been changing throughout the year with my channel, my videos. I try to take more time into this. People ask, well, why aren't you, you should put this out 2 or 3 times a week. I'm like, you don't understand. Like when I do something like that and I edit it, it's usually about 2 days because I'm sitting there going through things back and forth, cutting out the ums and so's. Because I do that because I know when I watch videos and I hear that stuff, it sticks with me a lot. So it's consistency. It's trying to find that niche. And if we can get to that consistency with that, who knows what's going to happen in the future. But right now, with Figure ReAction and Figure Action, I'm in a happy place with it. I enjoy going on there, talking about our stuff, and interacting really with the consistent chatters that we have in our chat stream every week. And you guys are saying, said the same between Travis and Roll Keeper. It's that core audience that you get every week that you're doing something right.
Right.
And that's what I find pleasure in.
Speaking of a guy that's doing his thing out there, now Top Goon has come to join us.
Oh, dang.
This man's like stop motion right now, killing it. I watched a couple of the videos he did. Wow. So if you're not checking out Not Top Goon and the things that he's doing on his channel, man, definitely go check that out. You will not be disappointed.
Moon's out.
Exactly.
Well, we were talking about, how you guys come on randomly, and Not Top Goon does a very guerrilla warfare style to his shows. He just started streaming, and he don't have a fucking schedule or nothing. He's just going to make the craziest fucking post and be like, I'm going live. And then you either fucking get there or you don't. And I appreciate his marketing aspect of it. Like, I'm about to go live. Going live right now. He's just like,
in his very not Top Goon way.
Yes.
Awesome. Who else? Oh, I want to bring up something real quick. I have a challenge, actually. If you don't mind me, if I can.
Cinnamon challenge.
Is this a test?
Cinnamon challenge. Let's go.
Bring it.
I'm going to share my screen real quick, if you don't mind. If you don't see right here, this TruStarscreamer guy is very close to 500, 476 currently, gained 2 subscribers in the last couple minutes. So here's the challenge. Let's get him to 500 by the end of a Monday night. That is 24 hours from right now.
There we go.
And then what's a challenge without something? There's something we can do for help the peoples. There's something we
like I said, I will if that happens between now and then, like I said, I will absolutely give you guys full endorsement on every for the next 5 reviews.
Just fine.
Aaron, where'd you even go?
I was trying to find something.
Okay.
See, that room's so dark, and he's like a ninja.
How about Ted? I know we got a couple left.
Ahsoka figure? I will buy an Ahsoka figure.
Oh man, don't worry, that's coming. How about we give away a Father Christmas?
Oh shit!
Wow.
The moment he hits 500 on our next show. So whenever he hits 500 on our next show, we give away the Figure Obscura Father Christmas.
That's the
Jewish kid out. You got Santa Claus.
Yeah, the green robe version will go to a lucky person because we know what it's like to grind to that magical 500, and we want everybody that's helped us grind to get to that magic number themselves. So let's all band together. I'm gonna post on a story on the Instagram later, just promoting it ourselves. But let's get them to 500. And then
absolutely,
we'll give away a green robed Father Christmas on our next show the moment that it happens. So share the YouTube links and all the fun things. Let's make this man get to 500.
And I have that figure, and I'm telling you guys, it really, like most of their stuff is a work of art. The soft goods by C. Jessam on that Father Christmas is just immaculate. I mean, really, you can't go wrong. And it's going to take 2 seconds of your time to put that subscription in and help Dave get to 500. You guys are really generous. That's really awesome.
A little. I am actually tearing up a little. Thank you.
Good. That was my plan the entire time.
Yeah.
That's the boot talking.
By the way, just so you guys know, the pre-order is in. I did put the pre-order in.
Yeah.
But no, for real, like I said, I mean, it's all fun. And like I said, we like to do random giveaways, but like this is something that we really want the people to jump in for. Let's get them there. Let's get them there as quickly as possible.
Jump to 482. Thank you.
I'm just saying. I mean,
That's
things
awesome.
happen. And you haven't even got to the replay squad yet, so
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even have the well, we normally call it the after Chad crowd, but I don't think Chad's going on tonight. Yeah.
It's funny you talk about the replay squad. I always try to shout them out on Figure Action. And I was telling this story that happened earlier last month. It was one of the coolest things that ever happened. We were coming home from the beach. Oh, hey, it's Mr. Wonderful. Oh, he's so incredible. Never mind. Old Dance Revolution song.
Squirrel.
We were driving home, and we were coming home from the beach. I actually was wearing this hat. We're at a restaurant. We're getting lunch, and the guy's looking at me, and he's really, really quiet. We're doing the thing, and when it's all said and done, takes a credit card. He just looks at me and goes, "Are you TruStarscreamer?" It was this guy named Alex, really cool guy, and I just what made it really cool though was my daughter's eyes went about that big. Yes, I know that song. Smile DK. I am an omni geek. Okay. If it comes to geek shit, I don't know. I couldn't tell you when the War of 1812 was, but I can tell you the third song on Dance, from Soup on Bust a Groove soundtrack.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, as I said, what I was saying was he was part of he was actually part of the Figure Action replay squad, and so that was always a big thing. So
that's very cool. When I started this, the ego in me wanted everybody in the Target aisle to know who the fuck I was. Like I'd walk down the Target aisle and waiting for somebody to be like, "Oh, you're from Hella Dope Toys." And now I don't want anybody to fucking talk to me. Don't fucking talk to me. You see me in public, man. Just keep on going. I don't want to fucking talk to anybody.
Tidy says no singing. They're trying to get you to 500. Okay. When you get to 500, you can sing all you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get you, man. Like, I don't know. Like for me, it's different only because people know me for the BGMX and just out and about. But no, it's never like, oh hey, you're that guy. No, I guess yes, I am that guy, but not today.
Yeah.
The only time we ever felt like that guy was PowerCon. PowerCon was the only time where we
will be at
felt
PowerCon,
like D-list.
by the way. I will be buying you gentlemen a drink at PowerCon.
We drink in the alley.
In the alley, in the middle of High Street. It doesn't really matter.
Well, that's good because Dave drives around in a big old white van, so it's easy to.
That means we can't bring our van then.
It says free barbecue.
Oh, see, ours says free toys.
There you go.
Yeah. So you guys are you're stating overall that you're running a show that's part of essentially a network. That's kind of like your whole thing right now. And then individually, you're both doing your own separate thing on your channels. Mike, I'm curious about like what's on your channel, what's the frequency, what's the story behind Crafts and Builds? I know you touched a little bit on it in the intro, but kind of what is your core purpose of that channel?
Well, it is still evolving. Like I said, when I started out with it, I was going to do a lot of Transformers related stuff, but also like diorama building and whatnot. Because, like I said, during COVID, it was complete scatterbrain on like, oh, I like this, I like this. Oh, I'll pick that up because I got nothing else going on. So I started putting together some diorama things, watching some really great YouTube videos, Black Magic Craft. Now, a lot of the other ones escape me right now, but it was just really messing around and trying to do something that I was going to find enjoyable and see hopefully someone else liked it, because I liked watching someone else. Maybe someone likes something I do. And then it was one of those like, well, now it's going to be time to figure that out. Do I want to try to do a live, stream doing something like that, kind of like what Random uses? I wasn't successful with that. And then I was like, well, I still like looking at my toys. I like talking about them. So maybe I'll just, I'll try to figure that out. So now, as time has gone on, I still want to do the crafting side of things, but now I got some 3D printers that I've been messing around with, some builds and things, and trying to design stuff. So I'm trying to lean more and more out of the, hey, here's just another YouTube reviewer with something. And now I want to try to get more of the creative side of things going, and also highlight other creators in the 3D community. My most successful things so far have been about customizing figures. I picked up some stuff when the Vamp came out, and that was really good because I was just giving my opinion, like, all right, well, this, I got this off of a store on Etsy who did some, Pixis Designs, does some amazing stuff. And then I picked up the gridiron things and I talked about it, just give my honest opinion of it. Some was good, some was bad. People really liked that. Then I followed another, great guy that I met at Joe Fest ML Series and started talking about customizing and using and dyeing figures. Well, shit, I never tried it, so I might as well figure it out. And people really enjoyed that type of thing. So I really want to highlight more of that creative side, and that's kind of where I'm going to lean towards. I'm still not going to fully get rid of the whole idea of like, here's my impressions of this figure. Like this guy just came in, not going to say anything because I know you guys are trying to sell him. Not the biggest.
We have that in stock.
But it's really, I think that's like I was saying earlier, you have to see what is going on now and what will work. Long form YouTube, whether you believe it or not, it's still prominent. Not everyone has fallen in under the shorts type of format. I know it's popular. I've tried going on it, but I think people, going back to what was said earlier, they like hearing your opinion on something, and you can't do that in 60 seconds. I'm sorry, I tried, but getting that content there is what I want to focus on. Today, tomorrow, till I say I'm done. And who knows when that's going to be yet.
I wanna talk about that the dying video, because that popped up on my feed, and I was just like, fuck, that's brilliant, because that's a question you see in the customizer world all the time, like, oh fuck, how do I dye this? And I saw that you did that video, and I was just like, that's gonna be a fucking killer video. Is that video performing well for you?
It is. It's falling into that evergreen realm right now, where excuse me, people are still clicking on it and going through it. And now that's my next challenge, is like, how do you go continue that momentum? How do you do something better? So trying to figure out some things, and we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
I think that's a good direction, because that's just not something anybody that I've seen is really tackling. I'm sure there is some YouTube underground of toy people who are teaching you how to paint and do all that shit. That's not my wheelhouse, so that doesn't really come up for me. But yeah, I think, man, if you can tackle things like that, blow up.
I mean, I'll put it like Ted always says, though. It's about solving a problem. How can you solve a problem? And you know, and sometimes it's going to take a lot of research. You know, going through all the the Reddits and all the other forums that are out there saying, listen to what people are saying, like, oh, how do I do this, or how can I do that, or how can I make this, and just take that information and how can you use that with what you know how to do, and create some content that people will watch. And and it'll build itself. The videos will continue because people are going to be like, oh my God, I didn't think about using X, Y, or Z to do whatever it is that you're showing them how to do. And then in return, that's giving you more information on what to continue on. Maybe you did a video on how to make a brick wall or a sidewalk. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out, but you get what I'm saying. But then you're like, oh, well, I never thought about using an X-Acto knife, which, I mean, everyone uses an X-Acto knife, I think. But maybe you use a particular one that they're not using. So guess what? Now they're going to go buy that knife. So if you don't have an Amazon affiliate link, this is the time to go ahead and get that done. Because they're gonna use the stuff that you're using. Radnob, same way. Though I'm sure I know he has one, but though a lot of people are like asking, hey, what kind of styrofoam boards are you using? What kind of like glue gun, or what things are you using, and how can I use them to better my stuff?
It's so easy because you know what? Those type of questions, I asked the same thing. When I was messing around with stuff, and then watching Dave, he did a live stream where he built a platform from beginning to end and had his figure sitting on it. I mean, that stuff, you sit there and you watch like, shit, this looks, this is really cool. It's interesting. It's different. I mean, creating new characters, what I did for the dying figures, I picked up two G.I. Joe figures on clearance, so it can be inexpensive to do. You just gotta, it's time, it's the desire to do it. I never realized, like the intricacies with that, other than, it looks simple enough. Just put it in the die, let it cook for a couple hours, and then pull it back out. But, a lot of questions came out of that. There's people that have done it before. They're like, well, how'd you solve the bleed over? It rubs and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, well, shit. Yeah. Now, next time I have some other ones that I want to do, some more Action Force figures. I need to, I want to build up my army building stuff for figures that I don't, you can't really get right now. And you can do that. And that's when things really become interesting. And that's when your collection really becomes your own and unique, because, you could sit there and watch 15 collection videos and be like, oh, got that. But then you see something come up, you're like, oh, hey, I took this skeleton and I made this, weapon, 3D printed it and painted it myself. You're like, shit, that's really cool looking. I wonder if I can do that too. And that's kind of where I think hopefully collectors want to go to, not just like I buy and here it is and never touch it.
Well, I think that's where like a lot of like the Four Horsemen and Valorverse really plays a good part into this, is the ability to kit bash. Like I'm so afraid to pop and swap these things because I'm going to be the guy that breaks it somehow and can never use it again. But like, that unleashes a lot of creativity in some people's minds. Like, I mean, I love medieval knights. I mean, I have a good chunk of Four Horsemen ones right here. I would love to take some parts and create like my own idea of like maybe me as a knight, or what I would think I would look like as a cool ass knight. But like, that stuff right there, I love watching them. Listen, not Top Goon. I mean, he was on the 3POA after show I was watching, and he had showed off a bunch of stuff that he had created. I mean, it's just amazing to watch, like how people can just think about, oh, well, I'm gonna put this head on this with this arm from over on this thing, but this leg over there. But then I'm gonna take these shoes off of that thing over there, and I'm gonna put it on. It's just awesome to watch, and it makes
Have
me
you ever made
envious.
anything? Period.
Hmm?
Not. I mean, have you, Ted? I mean, other guys, have you guys actually, honestly, tried it? Like whether cutting a piece of foam or even just popping the head off figure A and putting it on figure B.
Yes.
Mm.
See, here, let me. Hold on.
Yeah, why you get that? I got to give a shout out to Top or not Top Goon, because DFW Weekend, he was the first one that put out a bunch of pictures of just the Bone Collector 100th item and just putting a Garrison Cavalry helmet on it.
Right. Yeah, that was I think that was one of the ones that I saw. I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing.
That made me buy
Yeah.
3. Knowing about that made me buy 3 because I'm going to have now 2 Garrison Cavalries, which are heavy weapons, and I'm going to take the skulls and put them on those other Garrison Cavalries, which are now going to be the elite troops to go with my Bone Collector. I literally just made 3 squads out of that.
And it can be so simple, so simple. I mean, people were, I'm sure you guys saw, like, when the 100th item was going out, and like the auctions that were going on eBay was just,
oh my god,
insane, absolutely nuts. And I'm like, it can cost you 50 cents and a figure, and you can create your own bloody variant. That's it. It's easy.
So you guys should all go buy yourself some Action Force Army Builders from Helidope Toys right now at a great price, and just get yourself and make your own variants from them. And if it doesn't go right, not a problem. You still made something unique, and then you go back to Helidope Toys and buy another one and make a Mark II.
See,
This is
now
a real
we're
easy
getting
solution,
somewhere.
guys.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if y'all saw the picture that I posted on Instagram. It's of this. So this is from the show.
Ronin
In
Warriors.
America, it's called Ronin Warriors or Samurai Troopers in Japan.
Yeah.
I love the show. I'm watching it on Tubi when I have time to do so. For all of you that say I don't open shit, I did it. Okay, I opened something, but the arm, like you have to piece all of these, like the armor to the like the core body, and the arm joint in this was so horrible that it just popped right out, and like it will not stay in. Like I got to like lock in now, but if I were to take this apart and to put it on, this figure. That arm's coming out. So like that's why I'm always so skeptical about like trying to do anything like that, because like this, if this was just like a $20 figure, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Great, I'll just buy another $20 figure and boom, bam, bam. This is not that. So like for something like this, I'm trying to be like super careful, but if it breaks, I'm like, fuck, that's like $150 for like this.
and it's like you're saying with doing a pop and swap with Mythic Legions or Cosmic Legions. Everyone makes it look so simple, but then you're sitting there like, this is a $50 figure, and if I don't do something just right, now it's gone.
Yeah.
Can I show you this? Let me show you the scariest thing I've ever done.
We're about to get demonetized.
Was it joining the stream?
Oh,
I remember this, Dave. Yes.
Full screen that.
Project Red Hood. This is a kit bashed Mezco style Red Hood I bought all the parts individually from. Like I bought a Snake Eyes body. I bought a third-party head. I bought the sweatshirt. I had to glue the symbol on. I was so scared on every aspect of making this figure. Or you see what's right behind me. This Casey Jones mask.
Is that the Neko one?
Yes, but I can't. I made it look like he lost the fight.
It looks very Bone Collector like, actually.
Kind of, but all you got to do is just one day you just got to knuckle down and just try it. Yeah, if you fail, you lose a little bit of money, depending what you go with. Buy a Marvel Legend on closeout, cut it up, whatever. but you'll be surprised what you can do. And when you do something like this, it then inspires you to make something that I spent more than a Mezco figure on to make. But guess what? Do you know how many Mezco Red Hoods there are out there? None. Well, except for people who make their own.
Right.
Mike's dying video. Dear Lord, the Vipra figure looks so freaking gorgeous. The Python Patrol, God, what am I blanking on his name? Copperhead looks so much better than the original. All I was going through my head, Mike, was, dear Lord, you should go buy yourself some $5 Ollie's Crimson Guards and dye those suckers, because they will look so dead sexy in that dye lot. It would be like, and you could probably sell that squad on eBay. Not that you would, but I'm just saying, it's like, you're talking about, you've got lightning in a bottle right there.
No, I appreciate it. And the thing is, it's not the first time someone's done it. It's just a different way it's being presented. And that's something I know I'm turning the tables here on this one, because I'm going to ask you all three of you guys this question. But as users of YouTube, not only as viewers but also creators, when you were going through a lot of this stuff, when you find someone that you like, what is it about it that you like from them, and what is it that turns you off from a YouTuber? I'll start with you, Aaron.
I guess I'll start with the easy one. The thing, the like is more is the like how like can I connect to what you're saying or what you're doing, especially if it's something that I'm interested in. So I'll pick like me and my wife, we're watching House of the Dragon right now. One of the channels that I watch after the show is this girl her name is Gray Area. She does like a episode breakdown, and she goes through, like, she's read the book, so she really ties like the book into the show and kind of like gives you a deep insight like that. I love, because like I'm actually listening to the audio book when I'm driving or when I can't sleep at night. But like it's very insightful. It really gives you a different opinion or a different look into something. Same thing with toys. I mean, like I said, the 3POA, when Ted got me introduced to him, I just like how they come out. There's no hold barred there. I mean, they say what they mean what they say. But I guess the adverse to that is, there's a lot of cringe on YouTube, and I'm sure there's people that say, hey, this show is cringe. Guess what? Sit on it and spin. But a lot of it's just like it's like a talking box, like here's my script, and today this figure is from Hasbro. This Spider-Man figure is really cool, and I love it because it can pose like this. I want, when I watch something on YouTube, and if I'm going to invest time, I want to be invested. I want to feel like I'm a part of your show, whether I comment or whatever it is. Like I want to feel like I am you, but you're doing all the work. And it's kind of how we really thought about making the show, which is why we went away from the initial scripted show that we had, because it really was the same formatted show every week. And I'm like, if Ted was just some guy that I found on YouTube, like, hey man, you're cool, we like a lot of the same stuff, let's do a YouTube show. Sure, maybe we do something like that. Like, I've known this man for 30 years. Like, this is us. Like, this isn't just, oh, hey, this is the camera show. No, when this camera goes off, the way we are right now is the way we are in real life.
No, well, we're more grumpy.
Oh yeah,
we're a lot more grumpy.
Well, I mean, and that's I think that's the difference between like a friendship and I'm not throwing shade, but two people who have met through the toy world. You're trying to find your ground and create that personality that you share with the love that brought you together, which was Transformers, which I have a question about that in a minute. So, that's me, I guess. I want to feel a part of the show in some way, shape, or form, whether I'm in it or not.
Okay.
I'm a statistic, so people go to YouTube to be educated or to be entertained, and I do both. So a lot of the stuff that I'm on YouTube for is man, when you start a business, all you ever need is questions answered. Like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I use this program? How do I get somebody to my YouTube channel? How do I get somebody to my fucking Shopify store?
I didn't know I did all that.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then sometimes, man, when you're surrounded by toys all the time, and all the live streams you watch all week are all about toys and stuff. Man, sometimes I just gotta, I just can't. Like, sometimes I gotta take like a 3 or 4 day break from toy YouTube and just watch something stupid like, you know, Mr. Sunday Movies or something just dumb. Something wrestling related. But yeah, that's, again, most of my YouTube, and I prefer YouTube over television. I will not, very rarely will I turn on any sort of regular television, UFC pay-per-view or something like that. But like, I'm not going to like Comedy Central or ABC to fucking watch shit. If that TV is mine for the 1 or 2 hours a night when my wife goes to bed, fucking turn it on YouTube, and I'm gonna be like, YouTube, what you got for me? And then in the morning, the AirPods in the ear, and I'm like, all right, YouTube, I need you to educate me. Explain to me how this fucking works. Sometimes it does a good job, sometimes it does not. But yeah, that's my opinion on what I like and don't like on YouTube, I guess.
Okay. Trust? What you got?
I mean, for what turns me off, I mean, I hate phonies, you know. Hey guys, this is what we're gonna do today. Hey, this is what we got. You know, and I try not to be that way. The ones that turn me, I mean, again, YouTube it's just like what Ted was saying. That's how I learned how to use my editing software. I use DaVinci Pro. Educate me, entertain me. Comic Storian, may he rest in peace. You know, that's the kind of stuff that gets me going. Streaming music, whether it be Lo-Fi Girl or the cyber that I'm hooked on synthwave right now from the Prime Thanos. If you haven't listened to that, that'll turn your brain off beautifully. I mean, when you first started, Mike, it's sort of for education and entertain. When you would do a G.I. Joe review, my God, you deep dive beautifully into it. I mean, guys, if you have not seen any of his G.I. Joe reviews, you will learn about the character and realize what makes the character. And he does it right. For me, the things that turned me off is I always say I buy my figures. So if a figure ticks me off because I paid for it, I'm really ticked off about it. And I try to stress that. I don't like the guys what turns me off is making excuses for a figure.
Let me ask you this question real quick, not to jump in. So let's say streamer A is describing a figure that you're about to buy. Does their review on that figure, whether good or bad, and for today's conversation, let's lean towards the bad part. Does it take you away from buying that figure?
Well, first of all, that's what the reviewer, in a way, that's why people look at reviewers. I can't say no, because that is why people will look up a figure for review to see, do I want to buy it? Great example. I mean, you're asking a great question on this one. The La Muerta figure coming out from Loose Collector.
They did a great video.
As we all collectively sigh, so yeah.
That is a perfect example, because you look at every review of the Loose Collector figures for the female figures. Everyone is complaining about how they stand. And the reason why the La Muerta figure specifically caught my eye, those boots. I hate high heel figures. I'm sorry. Every damn Marvel Legend I have, it's got high heels. That freaking She-Spawn from McFarlane with the high heels. So I'm here looking at a girl with, yes, this mama wears combat boots, and damn it, I'm happy. Yes, and it might influence. I mean, there's things they mention, things that maybe I might want to double check. I mean, also there's the whole part of this guy is mentioning something that doesn't like him, that he doesn't like he or she doesn't like on the figure. Also, did they do it right? You know, there's a lot of Transformer figure. I mean, I don't do much in the Transformers anymore. So many Transformer reviewers that might say, "Oh, I didn't like it because they couldn't do this," and it turns out somebody didn't transform it properly, or they didn't flip a tab right. They didn't, or on an action figure, they didn't know that there's a feature that you could move the socket on. One of my top videos is actually a customization video I did on the Marvel Select Blade. I watched the videos, and people were complaining about his shoulder articulation. I still bought the figure. I still reviewed the figure, and yeah, the shoulders sucked. But then I looked at it. It's also one of the few first figures I ever altered. Boom. It's like what you were saying before. You find a problem. Sometimes watching a video can also help you find a problem, and then also you get your brain already starting, how can I fix it? I will say also the videos from La Muerta, I'm still buying. Yeah, I'm still getting her because she can stand.
That's a great figure.
She doesn't have a waist. Well, she's got a waist, but it ain't spinning. I don't care. You know,
right.
My wife hearing this? No, she's not hearing that.
But yeah, I think there is a a large amount of one part interest, one part confirmation bias that viewers have with their selected the preferred viewers. When you were on our show, Aaron, you mentioned one person didn't really care for a figure, and you were like, "Oh, we just got this guy in now. It's and it's sitting." I mean, there is a action reaction towards products when they're viewed, and that's why people look at this stuff. And a lot of this does come down to, again, a preference and a trust that you have with what you're looking at. It's absolutely an information gathering phenomenon as well as entertainment. Some people, when they do it, when they're doing their reviews, it's not really for the review, it's for the personality or the commentary of it, and that's where sometimes you win with that, and sometimes it's
The Amazing. That's probably
exactly. The Amazing. There's a lot of features on his stuff, and it's just you want to see it because you want to see the photography that he does towards the end of it, but also you're not going there. It's kind of like in the Transformers world there's a YouTube personality called Bobby Skullface. You don't go to look at his videos for the transformation. You just don't. But you go there for the personality and the content that he produces. It's like that with a lot of things. I mean, there are some YouTubers, friends that you guys have, friends that we are aware of, and other individuals that, as Dave said, it comes across as being a little disingenuous. Maybe, I don't know whether it's like the passive aggressive, like, oh well, I got this, and it's people are complaining about these gummy weapons, but it's aimed at 4-year-olds, so why are you complaining type stuff. Well, when you put $26+ down on something, you want to know if it's going to work. Like, if a person has a two-handed weapon and they have two vertically hinged wrists that they can't properly hold the two-handed weapon, it's going to be something that's going to annoy you, especially when they do it on the other two compatriots for the team. And that's kind of where, I guess, circling back to the question I have with you guys is, there is in this world of toy tubers, toy communities, a level of trust, and also some things that you just don't want to get into, whether it's the toy drama, as Dave mentioned with the tribalism. I mean, it's going to be there no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether it is, I mean, it's Coke versus Pepsi. You name it, there's always going to be a competition with it. That's just how life is. It's just how much of it do you want to take?
I mean, I'm not going to buy a figure just to shit on it. Pardon my language.
No, yeah.
There are people, though, that seem to do that because that's what gets them their views.
Yes.
I personally can't stand that. If you don't like a figure, don't buy the figure. You know, no one is forcing you to do that. No one is grabbing your puppy saying you need to buy your 12th Bucky Cap Marvel Legend mold, or you need to buy whatever. You know, you are a consumer. You vote with your dollars. We talk about, you know, I'm the first to say, you know, I do like my Action Force figures. If I ever meet Bobby Vala straight to his face, I'd shake his hand and say, sir, I just spent another $300 with you. I love your stuff. Dear God, your female figures joints are too damn tight. Hi, here's my credit card. Can I buy 2 more figures? You know, I'll be straight up about it. There are figures that I buy that because I spent my money on, I'm upset about. My channel, my Spider-Man Noir figure I freaking eviscerated. It was a $30 figure. Anyway. But meanwhile, a month ago, I started buying freaking the Jack-O-Lantern figures, some of the new Marvel Legends, and I'm loving them again. Then, you know, I'm not going to sit here and I don't want to have I'm not going to watch a reviewer because he's negative energy to reinforce my hate for a figure line. And that is a turnoff for me, and I don't want to be that guy. I also don't want to be Mr. Power Positivity. Oh, they're trying. No, they failed. I spent money, and I'm upset. You know, I'm a consumer. I'm in sales. I sell high-end patio furniture. I sell grills. I sell things that most people would be like, why are people buying it type of thing, you know? I'm the type of guy who would sell somebody a $3,000 grill, barbecue, for example, as opposed to, yes, you could buy yourself a $75 charcoal thing.
I miss those days.
But if I also am not going to be the person who's going to tell somebody, yes, this is an expensive product, but those electronics are going to, I know those electronics are going to fail. Oh, well, see ya. I'm not going to be that guy. And that's how I take my reviews, almost in some ways, my sales pitches. Like Mike's talking about the Dreadnought figure right there. Like, there's so much potential, and then there's loss to them, but every line has it. There's very few figures I found that are just the, you know, chef's kiss, let the angels sing, oh my gosh, you're the perfect piece of plastic.
I don't know, that Blade Master Wang though. That's
Blade Master Wang is good, but no, it isn't. Oh no, it is not. It absolutely is not.
No, maybe mine was fine.
No, I'm just saying the plastic. I mean, for example, it's got the plastic shell that restricts the articulation. Oh, it looks great. I'm looking right at my Blade Master Wang, right next to my veteran William, in front of, and they look fantastic in there. I get him in a good pose, but fully decked out, he can't do everything I want him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to pay another $65 for a third-party soft goods kit for it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay what I paid for mine.
I'm saying, no, Blade Master Wang, great figure. Free plug. I got a review for him, but I try to be fair of every aspect of it. If you want something that's good, check out the Nada Toys Wukong. Now, that's a good figure.
And this is the type of stuff that we Dave and I talk about, and what we want to try to do with Figure Reaction is to try to have these really more intimate conversations about what we really look at. I mean, because, you know, you want to get an honest opinion on some stuff, but, you know, sometimes you just want to sit there and say, I love this line. I really do. And, you know, just a chance to really express that sometimes is lost, and you don't really have that. You don't have that across a lot of channels unless they dedicate themselves to really getting that word out, whether it's informational purposes, educational purposes, or like this. It's just a chance to really just shoot the shit, entertain ourselves, entertain viewers, and really just enjoy what we like to do in a way that we've never had a chance before. When we were growing up, you always had your friends in the neighborhood. Now my neighborhood is anywhere in the world now, you know, right. Like that's the fun part of this whole thing of getting on YouTube. You know, it doesn't, you can go in there with the idea like, you know, I'm going to be the next YouTuber XYZ. Well, you've got to go through one through three first to get to that point. Or you just go in here and just be like, all right, I just bought, this guy. Yeah, there's things I didn't like about it. Oh, okay. Well, what was it? Well, it's this. Well, crap. This is what they did on these past 3 figures. That's the type of stuff that's really what I find more enjoyable than, I guess the daily slog on things, as I watch it anyway. But from my viewpoint, it's how can you asked before, how do you differentiate yourself amongst the hundreds of other tubers or thousands that are out there, and you see it every day. We've talked about some of those names tonight. Between photography, that's a great way to kick yourself into that creative mode with your collection instead of just putting it on a shelf. There is customizing. There is building your own things that you're never going to get. Aaron, you mentioned earlier about getting your own head, getting a specialized head for your figure and making it your own. We had Joe Fest where Mark II Designs was 3D scanning people's heads and sending them the mold, and they can paint it themselves or have him paint it and go from there. That's the type of stuff that really collectors in our demographic could really be enjoying things more, other than just like, hey, I'm going to go buy this. Buying is great. That's part of the whole thing. Whether you go out into the wild, into the hunt and try to find something, or you get it from amazing e-retailers, that's part and parcel. But how do you make it? How do you make something different? And how do you get a chance to verbalize that? And that's where, Dave and I kind of are starting to build this environment to allow you to come in and express that. And it doesn't have to be, individuals we have that have been around forever. I think, Dave, I don't know if you remember, we talked about the idea of just kind of having an open session sometime and just having people in the chat, like, we'll throw the StreamYard link out, come on in, talk about whatever, and that's kind of like different ways to really get the engagement that you want to come back in.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Aaron, I think we're super far behind on this chat.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Sorry, we
your job is to talk.
Easy.
Your job is to talk, and my job is to sit here and shut up.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Tyler Lalonde saying hello. Hello, Tyler.
Lalone.
Alone.
Yeah. Laser Pants mispronounced it, I think, for several months before he figured out it's Lalone.
Oh well.
Dude, I feel it sucks having your screen name mispronounced.
Oh no, that's your permanent name now. That doesn't matter. Action says we're drinking at the booth next PowerCon. Maybe I have a little flasky.
No. We start drinking at the booth, then we're gonna be cutting everybody deals, and suddenly
that's you. This man over here. So we have a local toy show here in March and August. So we're getting ready for the next one. My wife is running, we're sending people to her to cash out, and she's putting stuff in. She's like, yeah, he said it's this. She's like, this is pulling up us this much. Like, yeah, that's Ted for you.
No. What I was doing was pushing Boglins. I said, hey, you buy anything on this table, I'm going to give you a discount on that Boglin. That's how I move so many Boglins. It's called sales.
I can't look at
Boglins and then it turned into everything else on sale.
Since Robot Chicken.
Oh, Robot Chicken. I love that show. Yeah. Yeah, no. Watch PowerCon next year. I'm just saying, it'll happen. Like, oh yeah, damn it, Ted.
It's working the moon, baby.
Robert says, "Oh, you better be prepared for me too at PowerCon." Yeah, we're on the road, baby. Next August. So mark your calendars. They haven't put the official date, but it's coming.
I'm damn going. Like I said, I'll be there.
Well, I mean that's a hop, skip, and a jump for me. So
Okay,
I ain't gotta go far. my brother put a message in, but then Radnon follows up with someone will recognize me buying Steel Reserve at a gas station soon enough. Well, that happens no matter what. So the message that my brother put, which is Adam, by the way, for years, it was always, oh, hey, this is Aaron's brother, Adam. So now it's like for him, it's almost the reverse now. Like oh, it's Aaron's brother. Like, oh yeah. So it's kind of weird, to switch the role between me and him because for years it was always, he got me into so many places and kind of created like a name for me, but it was always him. Now it's flipped. So that's where that comment came from. And then we got Rolando Flores. Rolando. What's up, man?
Who the heck is Goliath Lutwack?
I don't know.
Are you on OnlyFans again, Dave? Damn it.
Someone started a freaking Instagram account as my evil twin.
Remember, no polls right now. None.
That's funny. It's funny because like I have my phone next to me and I saw that and I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, okay. I
Dodged myself by telling my last name, didn't I?
Probably. Not Talk Goon saying, I'm happy my Kit Bash inspired y'all. I mean, keep up the good work, man.
Absolutely.
That stuff right there is going to take you to infinite places in this YouTube world. So I hope nothing but more success for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ratnam says Starscreamer holds up a figure and his camera transformed into potato.
I got bad internet. I know.
Now he deleted the comment and then reposted that it said Star Creamer. so now you're gonna be really screwed now between TruStarscreamer and now you're gonna be Star Creamer.
Wait for those next names to start subbing there, Dave.
And then Chris over there at Cutthroat Comics. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Star Creamer. I love it.
TruStarscreamer.
TruStarscreamer. Even better.
No. No. I need a third drink for that.
Apparently, at some point during our conversation, sir, you did the Sam Newsman impersonation.
Oh, I can do that. I used to be I was a radio broadcasting major, so I actually do have the radio. I can do the voice.
Got it. And then this is going into what we were just discussing. The Titan says, I appreciate honest opinions and perspectives. I may not fully agree, but I feel I learned from a good review.
Yeah. You don't learn if you are only listening to one person. You're definitely just looking for an echo chamber for your purchases. That's kind of one of the things that moved me away from the Transformers community. It was the whole idea of like, there are certain people, certain channels that were, quote unquote, the end all be all. And that's never the case. I will never say that I am the the tip of the spear or the standard for anything. I like having my own little path. And if you're along for the ride, that's awesome. Being honest is something that's going to be there. I mean, I'm not going to sit there, and I think I was agreeing with something Not Talk Green said later on. He's like, you don't want to say, all right, well, these are, something about this is this way, and that's it, and then turn around and say, well, I'll use the example. Say you crap on McFarlane because their proportions are always off and they have these big ass joints, but yet you go on, say Todd McFarlane has a weekly show and you're on there and you're gushing over the guy. I mean, everything is great. I love all your stuff. That stuff can easily turn around on you. And that's where, just be true to yourself when if you're going to be on this. And that's, like you guys said, when the camera goes off, it's the same personalities you guys have when it's on. And that's what really keeps an audience and keeps viewers coming back to you guys week after week. And that's, I'm here for it too, every week with you guys. If I don't say something, it's because I'm too busy laughing or nodding my head saying, shit, these guys are on top of it. And, now what else you want?
So, or the Steel Reserve starts talking. It's fine.
We need a Steel Reserve puppet to take over for you. We need to get
Forget
that in the
Sam,
works.
the news guy. We need we need Ferris, the Ferris Reserve.
Ferris, interesting.
Ferris.
You guys just need to get Moss Man drunk and have him start messing around in the Masters universe.
I don't think anybody would be able to understand what he's saying if he. And he's probably one of those drunks that just repeats himself over and over, and we're like, "Oh my God, Moss Man, we know." Shut up. But check it, guys. We're hitting this 2-hour mark, so it's time for y'all to promote your shit, and we're gonna wrap this up. So, Mike, what would you like to promote?
Well, really, I want to promote Dave first and foremost. A lot of the stuff that he does, you guys really need to get into watching. His perspective is really good. His photography is there. I mean, and the way that you're reaching out to people. I don't know if it's any advice I gave you, but I can see the results are coming in on positive side. Interacting and being available for people is what you want, and Dave is working on that for you guys. So really give him a shot. Get him to 500. And you might get a figure thanks to these two gentlemen above me. For me, man, I got stuff I have on backlog so much that it's not even worth maybe trying to go back through. But I also have a lot of really cool things coming up. Plus, with these conventions, hopefully for the Maine this year, I'm going to try to get through. Come along for the ride if you want. It'd be really awesome. I try to do things as often as I can, when I can. But it's really, I want more for everyone. And I really want to say, if you're not going to watch me, then watch Hella Dope Toys, watch TruStarscreamer's videos, watch Figure Action every Thursday, because that's where you're going to get the camaraderie and the real me, I guess you want to say. I enjoy talking more than just showing something on the screen. So that's me.
Awesome. Dave, TruStarscreamer. The True Star Creamer. What would you like to promote, friend?
Never. I don't want to hear that one again, please. That one. I'll do the True Star. I'll do the TruStarscreamer, but not that one, please.
Well, what about in a Moss Man voice?
Hold on.
I need him to
got the one and only TruStarscreamer.
Come on, pal. He's
Now I need it
down
to
here. He's his name is Mr. He's TruStarscreamer. TruStarscreamer. You put a little bit of him in your coffee, and it's fine.
This is gonna go in your highlights, so I can feel it. First
That
of all,
makes that man moist.
and he's blocked.
Sometimes me and Dave, we like to go get drunk together, and I'm just like, oh, Mr. Kramer.
My wife is officially safe tonight.
It is all around the flock, man. Always a flocking.
Oh God. I was gonna say, first of all, thank you all for the support. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm always trying to work on my channel to get the best, honestly, most true reviews for you guys. Like I said, Mike's stuff is incredible. Go through his older G.I. Joe videos. You will be both educated and entertained. The Figure Action channel, we try to keep on top of most news, general news. We try to keep our opinions real, and that's the biggest thing. We are us. We are not caricatures. We are not You see this guy here. This is the guy you'll meet at a con. This is the guy you'll meet at a barbecue. This is from the jokes to the stutters, everything. Mike has, as I said, I think meeting him, he has taken my game up, and he is. You're not gonna see anything cooler than that.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for having us on. Sorry, I'm on the tail end of this.
No, you're good. Aaron, what would you like to promote?
Brother, I thought you'd never ask. So if you are still live with us, I put out a challenge to you. Some of you have already stepped to the plate, and we thank you very much. But our good friend TruStarscreamer here is sitting at 484 right now.
Yes.
So that is 16 away from our goal of 500. So replay squad, if you're watching this, do your thing. Share the links. Let's get this man to 500, and we will give away on our next stream when it happens the green robe Father Christmas, or I'll even let you choose that or blue hacknot.
Wow.
You get to choose which one you want. So the winner gets to choose Father Christmas or blue hacknot for getting this great guy down here to 500 subs for his hard work and dedication. So that, and then of course, all Cosmic Legions that are in stock right now, 20% off until the end of August. So if you're looking to get some cool Cosmics, 20% off.
Love it.
What determines the winner?
We'll do a little like raffle.
Yeah, we'll do a draw. Hashtag TruStarscreamer.
There you
Awesome. So, guys, we got a lot of really great shows lined up for like the next month. And while we don't have a quest for PowerCon this year, right now we're on the tour to the 2-year mark. That's what we're building towards right now. 2 years of us as a business. Somehow we haven't gone under. I don't get it either. But next week, we're going to be hanging out with Quentin J. Bedwell. He's going to be talking some action farce with us.
Awesome.
After that, we're going to have V. Conley and Blue Serendipity on. And we're gonna drink, myself included, we're going to drink some Steel Reserves and talk some toys.
Notification button hit.
Yeah. August 4th. We have a mystery guest, or we don't. I don't know which yet. We'll get back to you. And then after that, which I believe is the 11th, 2 years, 2-year hella dope celebration, assuming we're still in business. So, help us get to at least the 2-year mark, guys. Go to helladopetoys.com, buy something nice, buy something for your friend, buy something for your lover. I don't care. I don't care.
By the way, NECA has dropped a ton of pre-orders last week. So if you are a NECA fan,
I did.
This is the time to get up in there and lock up some goodies. The unfortunately, the Usagi Yimbo that's gone. So
yeah,
can't get that.
But Dave, Mike, thank you for coming on with us. I have links for you guys down in the description. Go check out their channels. Go check out Figure ReAction. Go watch episode 8. That's the one with us. And then go back and watch the rest of them. And go ahead and subscribe. Love them. Go comment on their shit, man. Fucking let's build people up together. There's plenty of shit for us to go around. But
gentlemen, you want to give a toast to you guys? Thank you very much again for allowing us to be a part of this wonderful night and your successes. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
See you at PowerCon
Cheers.
2025.
Yes, sir.
I want to shake your hand.
I love you all.